Hi, my name is Michał and this is EB Register. Follow me on my mission to document every Ibanez guitar ever made. Today we're looking at MTM2. MTM2 is Mick Thomson's signature, Mick Thomson's on SLIPKNOT. And this one is more budget signature of his. And MTM1 that you can see here was like a more expensive one. We're probably gonna talk about this one in separate video. Mick Thomson had Ibanez signature guitars between 2006 and 2016, and during this time he had like 6 separate models. We can divide them roughly into 3 generations. First generations were MTM1 and MTM2, where MTM1 was like kind of more expensive guitar. It has better pickups, it has EMGs and neck-through construction. MTM2 has a bit more budget construction, has a bolt-on neck, has cheaper pickups and also less expensive bridge installed. MTM1 was available in blood red and black with white binding, and MTM2 was available in black and white, and they were both produced until 2011. The second generation lasted between 2011 and 2014, and they were like Glave shaped, the Ibanez Glave series or XG. There were 2 models. This time they switched around, and the higher end models had a higher number, it was MTM100, and the lower end was MTM10. The MTM100 was available only in black and MTM10 in the blood red. And third generation was coming back to the RG shaped. So there were 2 guitars, basically MTM1, which was a comeback of this guitar with slight modification, and MTM20, which is basically copy of MTM2, but it also had this hideous inlay with 7 on top. Third generation was produced until 2016 when Mick Thomson moved to Jackson from Ibanez. So MTM2 was produced in Indonesia between 2007 and 2011. Until 2010 it was only available in black and had the Ibanez V7 and V8 pickups, the vintage pickups that we know from like RG 550 and other Japanese made RGs. But they were covered in plastic covers, so they kind of looked active, but they were passive pickups. In 2010 they added new color to the line, white, and also changed the pickups to active Duncan design HB 105 MT. They're active pickups. You can see battery slot in the back. They're basically a budget version of like EMGs or Seymour Duncan MTs, which are Mick Thomson signature pickups. And then you can see that this guitar is white, so it's later model. It was actually, when we look at serial number I11080369, that was made in August 2011. So it has the later configuration and has white color, active pickups. So yeah, as mentioned, this is a bolt-on guitar. It has A and G neck joint, all-access neck joint. That was pretty much standard in Ibanez RG based guitar after mid-90s. The body is made out of mahogany. The neck is 5-piece maple walnut sandwich. Rosewood fretboard, no inlays, only side dots. It's a Wizard 3 neck, which is basically 2 millimeters thicker than the classical Wizard. So it has like 19 millimeters at the nut and 21 millimeters here. For like Ibanez, it's relatively thick neck. It also like 43 millimeters wide and 58 millimeters at the pocket. That's 58 millimeters was a thing of 2011. Basically, all RG bodies switched to 58 millimeter neck pocket. Before that, most of them had 56 millimeter pockets. So for example, neck of that guitar from the year earlier probably wouldn't fit very well into this guitar. Something you have to have in mind when you like switching necks in RG guitars. And 400 millimeters radius, so around 16 inches. And the neck is finished, which I don't like. I'm used to the satin finish or like oil finish Ibanez neck. So this feels sticky and slow, but I've noticed Mick Thomson seems to like it because all of his guitars have painted necks, so you know, it's his signature guitar, his preference. Another interesting thing that's basically up to Mick's specification is the bridge. This is Edge 3 fixed bridge, which is based off Edge 3 tremolo bridge. It has the same saddles, the same tuning micro tuners, but the base plate is completely redesigned. It doesn't have like knife edges, doesn't have a block, doesn't have a spring. It is just locking between those two springs, between those two screws, and there is a third screw to lock it down. So it's basically fixed bridge that looks like tremolo bridge. So you get the nice feeling of like palm muting on a tremolo bridge, but no problems of tremolo bridge. But even though it's a fixed bridge, it has also a locking nut. So basically the strings are really tightly locked in here, and I don't know, seems a bit pointless with the fixed bridge, but again, Mick's specification. And in his newest Jackson, it is the same. There's Undertone's interview with him when he mentioned that he feels that it's, it adds sustain, the massive bridge and the locking here. So, maybe that's what he likes, the way he likes. Also similar bridge is on the MTM1, but this is like based off more expensive low pro edge. So this is low pro fixed. This bridge found only its place into 3 guitars. It's probably very expensive design. And really, like the only upside of low pro is better quality knife edges over this, which we don't really get here, like because there's no knife edges, there's only this base plate screwed to the body. So I think Ibanez realized there's no point building those expensive bridges. This, on the other hand, found its place in many guitars. It was quite popular design, and there's even 8-string version of that bridge. So all later MTM's guitars will have this bridge, even the higher end, even though this is like technically the cheaper design. Yeah, hardware is black, so we have like standard Ibanez tuners. They're not locking, it would be total overkill to have locking tuners on top of that. Black volume knob. There's no tone knob on this guitar, which I like. I don't know how to use tone knob, so volume is enough for me. 3-way switch. So we have like bridge humbucker, both of them neck humbucker. As mentioned, this is the later model, so those are the active pickups, the Duncan Design HB105MT. And the input jack is interesting. It's like angled back, something you can find on more expensive Ibanez guitars in generally. Generally, Korean and Indonesian guitars wouldn't have a jack like that. It's similar to what's on Gem and other signature guitars. Generally, the look of this guitar is pretty cool, striking. Gloss white with the black binding on the neck, black hardware. So it's kind of a nice metal look, although I think the reverse one, the black with white binding, is even more metal. Let's try to play it now. As I always said in this YouTube channel, I'm a pretty crappy player, so you know, don't bother about this. Ola Englund made a video of his MTM2 recently. He has a black one with the vintage pickups, so a slightly earlier version. But if you wanna see some cool playing with this one, check the video I link here. You know, it's better playing than mine. And he also mentioned some of his personal experiences with this guitar. So yeah, this is a 2011 Mick Thomson signature MTM2. Thanks for watching. I'm planning to do more of those videos, so if you enjoy them, subscribe, click the bell, all that standard stuff. As I said, my mission is to document all Ibanez guitars, so there will be more videos coming. See ya!